All right, welcome back to the Outflux channel when we give relationship advice to people, or we try at least. Let's go. Today we do something a little bit different. It's not a loving, love. It's not a loving relationship. It probably is a loving relationship, but it's not a sexual partnership. I'll say like that. So two friends, and one of them is growing hatred and envy. All right, let's read it and let's see if we can advise my man in order to be able to fix his friendship if that's what he wants, or get away. Let's go. I'm a 24-year-old guy. I'm starting to grow an unhealthy amount of hatred and envy towards my best friend, 24-year-old guy as well. Could anyone give me some advice on how to steer myself through this? Let's go. I've been best bud with this guy since we were 15. We laughed with each other, been there for each other, listened and cared for one another. You know, standard BFF stuff. Okay. Around the middle of last year, so yeah, I've been growing what I feel is unhealthy amount of negative emotion towards the guy due to the difference in how our two lives have gone. Hatred, resentment, envy, etc. At first, I thought it was simply my mental state acting up again, but no. It's generally an internal bottle slowly being filled, and I really do not want it. I do anything really, I want it empty. Fair enough. Due to various life circumstances, I was only able to get my bearings straight and put my foot on the ground around the middle of last year. To keep it short and succinct, okay, vocabulary, I don't even know what that means, but I guess, yeah. As I don't want this to be a pity party, things just kept getting in the way of me taking my first step anywhere. Roadblock after roadblock, from being inundated, okay, with another illness, to my father contracting tuberculosis as an immune-compromised individual, and developing complications that put our family right in the path of a shotgun of all sorts of troubles, from financial to emotional. Suffice to say, it's been an incredibly frustrating year. Well, suffice to say, my friend, you're writing really fucking good. Meanwhile, my friend, he doesn't have everything. He has his own share of troubles, from monetary to ADHD, and even an aging mother. Okay, but it feels like the universe keeps handing him a helping hand while simultaneously shoving a stick up my ass. Okay. It's always been that way since I first met him. There are just examples of his astounding luck. Please feel free to skip. I'm not skipping that, bro. He graduated high school and needed a car. He was still discovering his identity then, so he identified as gay. He was worrying about where to source the car and whatnot until his neighbor hears his complaint and offers him his brand new Toyota truck as long as he attends free chat sessions to steer him on the right path. That truck is still going strong to this day. I hope that example paints a picture on how lucky my friend is. Lucky, okay. A diehard Christian mother who literally did not get the COVID vax, turned a blind eye and still loved him throughout his long-term relationship with a boy, even going so far as welcoming his now ex to their Christian home. Wow. Every time he complains about being lonely and wanting love, someone inevitable pops up that would love him to the ends of the earth. He's always been the one to break it off, never the other way around. To which he got into a relationship with someone in our friend group who we both knew was emotionally volatile, and upon breaking up with him, was venting to me about how it is unfair and bullshit that the guy wanted to distance himself from the friend group, and after my intervention. I shit you not, this was probably the one instance I've ever seen where let's just be friends breakup text actually succeeded. Even after he was being even after he was being petty and went all nuclear throughout the breakup. His mother had to move out to a different state to take care of her newborn niece and nephews. And in that new area, with the highest educational qualification of high school, graduate with a history of dropping out of two colleges, his brother-in-law hooks him up with a high-paying intermediate job while he found the job he liked, as his BIL is literally one of the higher-ups in the company. To which he landed a very high-paying job as a lab tech that deals with chemicals and metals with no qualification whatsoever, simply because of the hiring manager liked his attitude, which gave him the opportunity to study while working to get the bachelor's in the field, which would have given him another path forward, if not for his instance to make animation passion work. I hope this example paints a picture of how lucky my friend is. A little long, I'm sorry. I just wanted to paint the picture clearly for all of you. That's not even everything, lol, but I digress. Now, here's the catch. All of that did not cause me a single ounce of negative emotion towards him. I was happy for him, proud of him, and celebrated with him every step of the way. Let's go. What made these emotions start manifest is the way he vents about his life to me. Recently, he's been dealing with a breakup, thus feeling lonely. He, however, caught feelings with another friend in our friendship group, but knew he needed time, so he vents to me his emotion, which I've always been fine until now. It genuinely irritate. It's genuinely irritated. It genuinely irritated me seeing. Oh yeah, sorry. It genuinely irritated me seeing him go on about how life was unfair, how he was currently in mental ruination, okay? Getting frustrated at things he could have prevented, like a PC he bought to play a new video game that came in faulty when I literally advised him to do it earlier. Vented to me about feeling alone and how his relationship haven't worked out beforehand. I could feel my patience growing thin, like a wick burning its last embers. Bro, can you write more stories, bro? Like you probably do, right? I don't know how long you've been a member, bro, but I am enjoying this, man. I'm sorry. I know it's like your story and everything, and it's pretty sad to be honest. But this is very good writing. Sorry. I could feel my patience growing thin, like a wick burning its last embers. I told him that I needed some alone time for the rest of the week, as I had been dealing with the health problem and my father going blind from TB complications. Yes. And I'm saying these past 2 weeks got hands for real. Like all around for everyone, lol. Nearly sent me into a fit of rage. These past 2 weeks got hands for real. Like all around for everyone, lol. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. I get it. I was dealing with my father going blind, the sole breadwinner in our family, as I'm inundated by another bout of sickness. A friend of ours was recovering from an operation to remove the benign tumor. Okay, so a tumor in her abdomen. Okay. Another friend was dealing with a complicated family situation while living in a third world country, and my best friend was feeling lonely and insecure about his romantic situation and was struggling giving himself proper time as a single person. Okay, those are major hands. Yeah, hands everyone has been dealing with. And I know that no one's feelings is invalid. Everyone deserves to feel depressed about something, frustrated at life throws at them, and angry when something doesn't get their way. Which is why I want advice on how to deal with this growing negative sentiment, and I have for my best friend. I don't want this bottle and up and overflow. Please, does anyone have any advice for me? A similar circumstance maybe? I don't want to start hating him. Thanks in advance. Okay. So, what I'm getting from it, of course, it took me a long time to read it. What I'm getting from this is that, one, I feel like you, unconsciously speaking, you think you have it worse than your best friend. Okay? Why? Your dad is going through sickness. You're going through sickness as well. You talked about roadblocks upon roadblocks in your life, meaning, I'm guessing you don't have a truck. You don't have a well-paying job, and his mother had to move out to a different state to take care of in a new area, which is higher education qualification of high school graduate with a history of dropping out of 2 colleges. So it seems like he can just like fuck up. He can just fuck up and just get back on his feet because other people are here to help him, you know. And it's like, okay, well, that's unfair, because he should be jobless right now, hated by whatever Christian is in the street because he's gay, right? Like, do you think this is a more fair outcome for your friend? Let's see. He's hated by the Christians, okay, and it's so they don't repair his truck, okay, and he drops out of 2 colleges, so he doesn't get a good job, and now he's just like a lonely man looking for love in a very shitty apartment. Is that, do you feel like that's more fair for him? That's a question you can answer wherever you would like. You can answer it in the comments, or you can just come to me straight from Reddit. I would like to know. It's not really a gacha or anything. I just want to see what your mindset is at with your friend. Why am I asking you this question? Is because, for example, in the first example that you gave me, and I'm saying this so that you can try to, every time you think about your friend being so lucky, try to, relate your friend to you as much as possible. Find things in common between you and your friend so that you can be like, we're both struggling. There are some things that you can ask your friend to change as well. I'll get to that later, but for now, I want to obviously start with the beginning. When you say he graduated high school, he needed a car. His car was he was still discovering his identity, and he was gay. He was worrying about the source or car, whatnot, whatever. And he gets a truck as long as he attends church 3 times a year, or 3 times a week, right? 3 church sessions to stay him on the right path. 3 church sessions, okay? I'm not gay, but I'm sure that if I was, I would find that fucking insulting, bro. Like, you're telling me that it's lucky. I just disagree with the luck part. I don't think that he's a lucky person because some Christian fuck told him, hey, you fucking, whatever. I'll give you that truck if you just, come to church so like we can, so that the guys, because I felt like they're just gonna make fun of him, really. Like, that's what happens, right? Like people think being gay is a disease, bro. Like, these guys are gonna be like, yeah, we need to heal you from that mental health disease. I don't think that is just such a great thing to do for a gay person. I'm not gonna call this a good experience. I'm black, and I'm sure that if people fucking told me, oh, we'll give you this truck, just come to 3 sessions of the KKK so we can tell you how wrong you are on being black, I don't think that's luck, mate. I just think that's weird circumstances with a weird upside, but that's just shitty. Like, sure, he gets a truck for getting shat on for 3 days, 3 sessions. So I feel like that's a fair trade, man. It's like, yeah, get shit on by Christians because you're gay, get a truck. That's a fair trade. Like, the worst it could get would just be his parents forcing him to go to church and not give him a truck. Sure, it's luck, but there's things that you need to do to create the luck, right? Like a diehard Christian mother who literally did not get the COVID vax. I didn't get the COVID vaccine either, so I don't know what that says about someone, but I guess that makes her more crazy or something, in your opinion. Who literally did not get the COVID vax, turned a blind eye, and still loved him throughout his long-term relationship with a boy, even going so far as now ex their Christian home. I've seen that a lot. Christians who are okay with gay people. Why is that? Usually it's because of politeness. Usually when people and I might be completely you might come on and be like, bro, you're so wrong. My best friend, he's one of the most fucking disrespectful motherfuckers. Like, he'll spit on your floor, he just pees everywhere in your toilet, like he doesn't respect you at all. I'm gonna doubt that highly. Like, I press X for doubt, bro. I don't know if you've played the LA Noire. X for doubt, G. If an ex-Christian woman is inviting a gay man in her house, that's probably because that guy is very, very polite. Otherwise, she would probably just hate him, I guess, as much as she hates everybody else. I've had, and I'm telling you this from a point of view, I've had racist people tell me they're racist and then shake my hand, and be like, oh yeah, and give me stuff and invite me to their house. It's because you're polite. Now, was it my choice to just be like, oh no, fuck you because you hate black people? Why the fuck would I come to your house? I could have done that, right? And then they wouldn't invite me into the house. But these things, it's like, they don't happen. Like, it's not, you don't snap your finger and they happen. And I think that you need to get out of your head that your friend is lucky. You just need to get rid of that. Boop. Luck. I don't want it. I don't like it. Why? Because it's obviously it's affecting you in a very negative way. So you don't want it to affect you in a negative way. Just stop thinking that your friend is lucky, because you need to find rational, fair reasons on why things are happening to him. Okay, like things are happening to you. Okay, you're probably lucky in a lot of ways. Like, for example, I don't want to be a cunt, right? But there are people that can't get medicine for their illnesses, in a lot of countries, so they just die. So a lot of people might just look at you and be like, you're lucky because you're living, you're alive. My little brother died because of this illness. People die because of illness all the time. You might be the lucky one surviving all this. Obviously, I hope you survive. I don't know if you're Christian, but I guess all the blessings towards you, my friend, and all the help that you need, please. But do you think it would be fair for someone to be like, oh, see, you're so lucky because you survived that illness? No, right? It's like I had to go through tests, and for months I was, miserable, and I was scared to die. Like, this is not like a luck thing, right? This is like it feels more like I worked for it, right? I think that you want to see your friend the exact same way that you see yourself. It's like, if you do get better and people call you lucky, that's gonna piss you off. It's like, bro, what the fuck? I went to the fucking hospital every single day. Like, I did my tests. I made sure I was taking care of myself. Like, this ain't luck, bro. It's just, very good medicine, and also my work. But yeah, you didn't contribute to any of the medicine that's been given to you. It's like, thank God that you were born at 2001, because we're the same age. So thank God we were born in 2001, so that we can have the best medical care that we ever had on the surface of the planet. So that's very lucky as well. It's all a matter of perspective. Like, I don't think that your friend is that lucky, myself, and I think that it's because you're comparing him and you specifically, and that your perspective might be a little bit falsified, but that's what happens. This is also normal that you feel that way. I think that happened to me as well a few times, where I'm in a very bad place, man. You're not getting money, you're sick, and friends just complain about their lives, and you look at them, it's like, bro, you look so fucking good, you're making so much money, how dare you complain about your life to me? And sometimes people want to hold on to these feelings, sometimes they want to get rid of them, but I think that no matter what, they're not real. Like, luck, unlucky, that's not real. That's not real. It's just a concept that humans just put on themselves. Like, if this guy gets things in a way that I find easy, then yeah, that's easy, because it's like free church sessions for me. Yeah, sure, that's easy. I'll do free church sessions for a truck. That's easy. But for someone who's literally seen by the church as an abomination, I don't know how easy that is. Now, try to get it out of yourself that he's lucky. I don't think that's a good way of looking at it. You can't love your friend and find him, and see him as like an equal if you think he's luckier than you. That's impossible. Now, when it comes about him complaining about his life, you can change that, my friend. You can be like, hey, thinking about this for a while. What if you just stop fucking complaining about your about your boyfriends and your loneliness? Tell him how it makes you feel, bro. And also, this whole thing, by the way, say that to your bro. Say that to your bro. This entire fucking text, say that to your bro. Bros are supposed to be able to understand these nuances, and tell him how you feel about the way he got his job, about the way he got his truck. Tell him that you feel like it's very lucky. Again, these feelings might not be real, my friend. Be careful. They might be a distortion of your perspective, because you've been with that guy too long. You've been seeing him for too long. It's almost 10 years. 10-year friendship is a long time, man. So you might not have the best perspective, which is fine. I don't have the best perspective on my 10-year relationships too. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is completely fine that my friend does that, and other people look at me like, bro, no, it's not. I'll give you an example, right? Like, when we were 17, my best friend, who's still my best friend today, one of my best friends, he used to, we were a group of like 4 guys, and he used to insult us a lot, like harsh insults, slap you around the back of the head, for nothing, right? Like, for small disagreements, he used to scream and get very intimidating for small disagreement. That didn't bother me that much, but it bothered other people, and other people didn't like him for that. And whenever other people were like, oh yeah, how can you be friends with this guy? Like, he's so aggressive. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Like, you're not friends with him, so why the fuck would I listen to you, right? And then, do you know what happened one day? We were in his room, and then he came in, and he was like, guys, I'm so fucking sorry. I should never treat you like this. I insult you guys all the time. I hate you. This is not nice. It's not good. I don't want to treat my friends that way, and I don't think it's something. This is just not right, And he was like, please, if I ever do this, call me out, tell me it's wrong, tell me to straighten up, you know. I don't want to be this way for the rest of my life, and I'm scared that I'm gonna lose you guys because I am like this, you know. And I was like, what, 17 when he said that? So I was really fucking surprised. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't even know we could do that, bro. We can question who we are and like change and shit because other people don't like it. That's crazy, right? I know I sound like a fucking Dr. Obvious dickhead right now, but yeah, like if you don't like something that your friend is doing, and yeah, complaining about your life all the time is not nice. Like I think it's an objective one, bro. Nobody likes that. You know, some people take it because their friends do it, but like complaining about your shit all the time when you have it pretty good, like you're healthy, you make money, you have friends, you know, you have a family, you know, it's like it's difficult to relate to that person because it's like you're complaining a lot, but you're just complaining about like a fucking boy, right? Like I understand that it makes you feel bad, but at the same time it's like you have to also acknowledge what I'm going through, you know. Someone that's like going through something, you know, like sickness or their dad being sick probably doesn't want to hear someone, okay, about complaining about their fucking boyfriend, right? I don't think that is unreasonable at all, at all. Don't be angry, obviously. Don't say that in an angry way. I don't know how you guys talk. Maybe you saying that in an angry way is gonna, you know, make it communicate better because you guys talk like that to each other. I don't know, like friends speak in mad ways to each other all the time. So you speak to your friends how you usually speak to him, of course. But these are things that are completely fine. And I think that your friend, if he, you know, loves you, he's gonna want to also make you comfortable and tell him how hard it is for you as well, and tell him that like it's hard for you to be here for him for things like this when you're going through your own things, and that you feel like he's luckier than you, and you feel like he's got it better. Just tell him, I feel like you got it better, man. And maybe he can tell you things so that you can relate to him. You know, when we go back on the examples that you gave me, ask him how the free church sessions went. You know, ask him what he did to the diehard Christian mother who didn't even get vaccinated. Ask him, how did she actually invite you to his house? And if he says, oh yeah, she just invited me in and then we had dinner, like there's no way this is how it happened. Ask him, how first time you met her, what happened? What did you do? How did you speak to her? Because it's like, oh, I insulted her the entire, like, you don't expect that, right? I insulted her the entire time. I called her a bitch Christian, and then she invited me home and she loved me. Like, this is not what happened. Okay, that never happened. Okay, so there is a way that he met her, that he spoke to her. There's work that he probably did on himself in order to speak to her and be willing to spend time with a woman like this, right? And in terms of his job, yeah, bro, sometimes people get lucky like that. You're born in the right family. You do this. Ask him about his family. Maybe his family isn't all pink. Maybe there's things in his family that he wishes he never had. You know, talk about real pain. Tell him that you can't relate to him if he talks about his boyfriends all the time. That you need something a little bit more real from him so that you can relate to his struggles. So that it doesn't feel like he's just, you know, unaware and kind of like, you know, yeah, just unaware of himself and his surroundings, really. Because generally speaking, if you have someone going through sickness, you avoid complaining about your, you know, irrelevant problems. Yes, your relationship problems with people are irrelevant. Like I would, like I've been in a 4-year relationship now, and if someone is like, you know, sick, or, you know, talking about their mothers or their parents or things that are like, you know, much more dangerous than not being able to see a guy at night, or not, you know, I feel like this is a reasonable way of looking at it, and I think that your friend is going to be the first person to help you get rid of that. All right, I hope my advice helped. I hope you guys get better. Please speak to your friend, bro, and tell him the way you feel, for real. Tell him that you do understand, obviously, basic things. So, like, he's allowed to feel that way. But that means you're also allowed to feel that way. And it's okay for you to be that and speak to your friend so that maybe he can readjust his attitude to suit your needs better. That's what friends do, man. This is why we're here for each other. We're not only here for like fun and giggles and fucking, like to just call ourselves best friends. That's your pillar, man. He's your cane when you break your leg, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be your wheelchair when you break both legs, you know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't want to do that, then he's not your friend, bro. I'm gonna be a little bit harsh on that one. He's just not your friend. If he doesn't understand you right now, he's not your friend. Okay, a friend will understand this. Like, if I can understand what you're saying without like calling you stupid or delusional, like, I think it's fine that you think he's lucky. I think it's wrong, but I think it makes sense that you think that. And the ways for you not to think that anymore is things that you can work out with your friend. So on that note, I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next videos. Thank you. Bye bye.